I've been hearing about a lot of players saying rebuild the culture, rebuild the culture. I mean, was the culture broken, or what do they mean by that?
You always have to work on your culture. So if your guys' news station, you better be working on your culture every day. But that's been a big theme of ours is really trying to build a strong culture this spring because we're going to need it in the fall. We had 4 players leave. We're adding 2 more players. We added 2 freshmen. So this is a great time to spend time on it because you really don't have time in August, and then once the season starts, there's just not a lot of time to do it. So, and the other challenge for us this year is we're going to have potentially we got to have 8 players gone with USA teams. So that means over half our team won't even be here for part of the summer. So they can't work on it when everybody's gone. So we just try to make an emphasis of it. We've come up with cool things. You see the chains hanging in there, and it's one of the fun things about coaching is coming up with new things, new ideas, and continuing to try to strengthen our team and our culture, and so we can be great.
Who kind of came up with the chain idea?
That was in a brainstorm out of meetings, and I called Brian Comita I said, hey, do you got any big old chains over there? I like ship anchor type chains, and he came up with those 2. So I don't know where they came from or where he got them from, but and then the team, I don't know, they tell you about the links. Yeah, so they're working on building their own chains.
What have you seen from your 2 new freshmen, Olivia and Skylar, so far this spring?
If you ask me who the most impressive players were this spring, sorry, that's probably my worst movie. If you ask me the 2 that have impressed me the most, because probably I had the lowest expectations for, because you're just never sure how freshmen are going to react, those 2 have been awesome. And my last, or the kind of our debrief at the end of practice there, I talked to them about those 2 have come in and they've raised the level of our gym. And typically freshmen are just trying to hang in there. And I don't know if you guys know, but Olivia's house got taken out by the tornado. And that kid was MVP today. And I complimented her on, here's somebody whose family just lost their house. They're trying to figure out where to live. It's not even, I mean, she's coming in here and performing really, really well. So very impressed with those 2.
You had more practices than a typical spring this year?
Nope, same amount, 6 weeks. Yeah, we just started later.
Spread it out?
Nope, we just went 6 weeks straight. So this is week 6 for us. And so that's what we normally do.
Do you still get the same level of excitement ahead of the spring match every year?
Yeah, I just did radio interviews today out with the stations out west. Nate can tell you which ones, Doug and Daddy and Jason Jorgensen on the KRVN or whatever. But those are all my people out there now, the farmers, the horse people, the cattle guys. And we do that during the fall. I do weekly shows with them, but it's just, you hear the tone and the excitement in the people's voices in Kearney, where we're going, and I just know the last couple of years what it's felt like and how the reception that we get, and this is going to be another one that's going to be really special.
Allie played. Is she done? Is Allie done?
Allie just, that was her last drill. So
That could have gone good or bad. How would you say it's gone?
Awesome. Allie and I and her teammates, they're very close. We've had a great relationship, her whole career here, and so there's nothing but mutual respect, and I want her to stay in touch and still feel, part of Nebraska volleyball.
Everyone available for the match on Saturday?
Uh-huh.
Harper going to play?
I'm not saying who's playing, but everybody's available yet.
What does it mean to you, the spring match coming up, what does it mean to be able to kind of go to all these different smaller towns around Nebraska and share that love of Nebraska volleyball with the whole state, where all those people out there might not be able to come to the Devaney and see a game?
Well, that's one of the things I talked about on the radio today is that Lindsay told me that when it sold out in 46 minutes and you had to pay cash. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't even carry cash. Who does cash anymore? And the reason behind it was they wanted to make sure that people in Kearney would get tickets. Because if you do it online, people from everywhere can get tickets and limit the number of opportunities for the people that live in the Kearney area. So that just tells you right there it's going to be locals, and that means a little more to us, and it will mean a lot to them.